The material reality of the planet changed. People reported strange images appearing out of nowhere, noises, sensory stimulus. That was just the beginning. These ephemeral happenings escalated to solid, corporeal events. One of these was the very tangible appearance of a new arrondissement in Paris. It was a block of buildings, residential and commercial, that appeared to be a mirror replica of the others on all of sides of it. It was bordered by the first, second, third, and fourth, and it even had its own Seine and its own Notre Dame. Before the army could invade and cordon it off from Parisian residents, the people rushed in and took possession. For reasons that are obscure, they skipped the numbers between 21 and 54 and called it the 55th. When the government stepped in and threatened evacuation, the Parisians stood firm. The government responded by declaring the sector officially non-existent, a foreign territory. They banned the name 55th Arrondissement and prohibited the use of the postcode 75055. Any who insisted on living there were stripped of their residency, their citizenship, and their identity.
10 years ago to this day, the wind blew stronger, and the tide rose higher, and I was stranded on this island in the middle of nowhere. I'm not lonely because eventually Irenaeus caught up with me. Wouldn't you know? Nobody can find me, but they did. Some of you know them as Dirae, or by the name of Furies. They take vengeance on men whosoever hath sworn a false oath, and I have. I pledged allegiance to the flag and the republic I had no intention of upholding. I did not know what else to do. There I was, countryless, penniless, and alone. And this country offered to let me stay. All I had to do is pledge allegiance to the flag.
I live here. I love it. It's a place that no one recognizes, so a lot of people don't like to visit, let alone live here. I made a great choice for an apartment, a really huge place. The inside was completely a blank canvas because apparently the Riff could only replicate the facade of the streets and building. I got the flat for a song. The first owner had customized it to his personal needs, so it was a bit to get used to at first. After all, he is an aerialist, but I like the huge empty spaces and the enormous windows and skylight. It's like living inside a chic circus tent. And speaking of pie in the sky, I set up my writing business with an ease I had never experienced. I billed over 100,000 euros in the first 6 months. The government takes almost half, but it's still a tidy sum. Once I put my address as the 55th, I was deluged with requests. People are fearful of living here, but they want to know all about it. I have a podcast. Writing from the 55th gives them an inside line and a bit of reflected glamour, and I can go to the colony as often as I like.
So I did. I'm not sure I even understood what it meant, except that I just betrayed and sold out who I was for a piece of bread and a pair of shoes, but there was no other place to go and no other space to exist in, so I pledged and swore a false oath, and now I have these creatures born out of the blood from the cut of paternal dick tossed in the ocean, born from the Mother Earth and dickless father, though some say they were born when Earth copulated with the air in the middle of the night. I mean, air is dickless. Who knows? This was so long ago. So they followed me here to this island to torture me every day and every night until death do us part. My death, that is, because they can't die. Some say they are maidens, but I assure you, maidens, they are not. The kind of stuff they do when the night falls No maiden would know, and the kind of tortures they have invented for me do not come from a virginal mind. I tried to plead with them to say I would take back my oaths and would return to the country of my own, but they just laughed. They show me visions of what the country I was born into has become. They show me the hungry elders digging through the trash cans, and they show me the youth selling the last bits of their souls for trinkets. For 10 years, I cried every night asking them to stop showing this to me. Some days they take turns and punish me each separately, and some nights they all join forces and ride me all night long. My mind and my body. I'm not sure how long I can stay like this. Though they seem to bring me back to life every morning and nourish me to health just enough so they can start their torture again.
It's a new world with a new dawn. Togetherness is unwelcomed. Instead, you bring in your believing distance. You isolate your mind, your soul, your sorrows. You hide your smile. We connect with your eyes only, and we scan the good, the bad, and the righteous. Let them wonder over the relevance of others. Are you relevant? Do you matter? How much do you matter? How do you know how much you matter? What's your fear, dear? Please don't infect me with yours. What's your fear, dear? To being locked down, to be masked, to be caught without a mask, to stand apart, not to touch, not to breathe so close to me? Fear is a virus. Don't spread it. Don't let it grip us. Move it out of your way. Make space for love. Cleanse your mind with love. Power your soul with love. Infect your heart with love. Spread it. Explode the world and wear your love gloves. Speak up again. Touch me again. Let's get close and let's unite. You blow me your French kisses, but not from very far. This is the new normal. Embrace tomorrow, far away yet so close by. But don't forget the old normal. There was yesterday as we danced and embraced and our bodies were one. Take off your real mask, wear your love gloves, and feel what's real. I don't want to live in a cashless society, but in a penniless one. No cards, no debts, no interest rates. I don't worship money, and I'm ready to defy, to get naughty, to stand still and isolate with 2 or 3 or 4 other lovers. Wearing masks during sex. Slap me with your plastic gloves. Slap me hard because I'm relevant and important and not just a statistic on their back burner. I'm loud on Facebook, colorful and sexy on Instagram, powerful on SoundCloud, provocative in real life. And I know you're listening. I know you're watching through your pigeonhole. You're watching my desires, my fears, my thoughts, my words, my gender, my ego, and my sexuality. You can't put me in a box and make me paranoid. You can't silence me with the mask on. In public, no words come out of my mouth, but my eyes, honey, will win you over. So I invite you to worship my eyes, worship my gaze, because I'm talking through my eyes only. So love my eyelids, give me love making signs, undress me with your stare, with a blink of an eye, I'll do a striptease. So let's get it on, clench our looks in a duel. Who will win you over if our looks could kill over that mask? You or you or you. When I promise you a hug, a French kiss, a peep show, if looks could kill with my eyes only. And I have eyes without a mask, but you drape me with the mask and spare me when I sneeze and I open my lips. Drape me with the hug, but spare me when I want my distance. Drape me with your palm, but spare me when I want to caress it and read your future inside and you push it away instead. Drape me with your hands, but spare me by wearing your plastic gloves. Drape me with your breath, but spare me from being 2 meters apart. Drape me with love, affection, and social distance, but spare me the pandemic news and let me live inside my own bubble of hope. Welcome to my own bubble of hope. Come inside. There is space. There is room. There is no social distance inside my bubble of hope. Come inside. There is room. There is space. There is no social distance.